بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على رسول الله. Ramadan and the Quran. Recite and reflect. Ramadan is the month of the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said في سورة البقرة شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. For Ramadan, it's named by the most important part which happened in this during this month of Ramadan, which is the revelation of the Quran during the month of Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned in different surahs too, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ فِي لَيْلَةِ الْقَدْرِ وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ خَيْرٌ مِّنْ أَلْفِ شَهْرٍ. So what we're supposed to do with the Quran? First, to recite, then to reflect, then to apply in your life. But let's talk about the first two parts. You have to read and recite the right way, then to reflect and to understand also and to apply it in your life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يقول ورتل القرآن ترتيلا والتأخذ بالتجويد حتم لازم كما قال العلماء. To recite the Quran the right way as it was recited to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the Quran through Jibreel, who was the first teacher of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. فكان يجالسه ويعلمه القرآن في رمضان. So that's the first thing. Ramadan is the month of reciting the Quran, is the month to recite the Quran the most, and that's what we do. During Ramadan, we have special prayer, the prayer of Taraweeh. Even we don't do it now because of this trouble of coronavirus in the world. You do it home with your kids, with your family, and you be the Imam. Let your son be the Imam and recite as much as you can and make sure to reflect on the meaning of the Quran. That's the second part. Reflection or to understand the meaning of the Quran is the most important. Why? Because it's not just to read it as any book. It has to be, you have to be ready to receive the meaning of the Quran. How to be ready? Spiritually, you have to be ready. Mentally, you have to be ready. You have to have your skills also to understand. Even if you don't understand Arabic nowadays, you have at this translation. We have different translation of the Quran. So many are great. You have to use them. Whenever you recite an ayah, you recite a surah, go and check the words that you don't understand. Read them, understand them, and reflect on them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and He mentioned to us لتدبر فيه تدبر في الآيات. That's the purpose. التدبر ليدبروا آياته وليذكر أولو الألباب. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم he used to come to the Sahaba, one of them Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu, and he used to recite the Quran in a really soft and a beautiful way. قال من أحب أن يسمع القرآن غضا طريا فليقرأه على فليسمعه أو ليقرأه على ابن أم معبد. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, who want to recite and to hear the Quran as fresh as it was revealed, he's supposed to listen to ابن أم معبد Abdullah ibn Mas'ud رضي الله عنه. قال عبد الله بن مسعود قال للنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم اقرأ علي. He came to him and he asked him, read to me, recite to me. I want to hear it from you. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud رضي الله عنه said, يا رسول الله أقرأ عليك وعليك أنزل. Imagine, should I recite to you and the Quran was revealed and sent down to you? He said, إني أحب أن أسمعه من غيري. I love to listen to the Quran from others than me. قال فقرأت عليه من سورة النساء حتى بلغت فكيف إذا جئنا من كل أمة بشهيد وجئنا بك على هؤلاء شهيدا. قال فقال لي حسبك means stop. فالتفت إليه فإذا عيناه يذرفان. قال Ibn Mas'ud, he said, the Prophet asked me to recite to him the Quran. He said, how can I recite it to you and the Quran was revealed to you, Ya Rasulullah? He said, I love to listen to it from others than me. He said, then he started reciting to him from Surah An-Nisa till I arrived at this ayah. فكيف إذا جئنا من كل أمة بشهيد وجئنا بك على هؤلاء شهيدا. And look, he said, if when we bring every nation with their witness. So every nation will have their witnesses at the day of Qiyamah. And the Prophet ﷺ is the witness of this ummah. And that moment, the Prophet ﷺ, as Abdullah ibn Mas'ud said, I turned to him and I saw him crying. And he told him, stop. That's how he understood that. It reflected on his behavior. It reflected on his crying because of the heaviness of the state that he will be in at the time of Qiyam, at the time of resurrection. Al-Quran al-Karim influenced and affected not only the believers, even non-believers. Uh, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu وعائشة رضي الله عنها said, لما اشتد الخطب بالصحابة بالمسلمين في مكة, when the situation getting worse in Mecca on the believers, on the Muslims, from Quraysh, from their basically their tribes, Quraysh. So many Sahaba, they immigrated to Al-Habasha, to Abyssinia, to West Africa, to Ethiopia these days. Abu Bakr finally, radiallahu anhu, he found out no way but to leave also to Al-Habasha. On his way, by the shore of Al-Bahr al-Ahmar or the Red Sea, he met one of the tribe's leaders, Ibn al-Daghinna. When he saw him, Abu Bakr, he was a famous man. He was a great man in Mecca. Everybody knows Abu Bakr radiallahu anh. He was one of the elite, one of the noble people of Mecca. And when he saw him, where are you going, ya Abu Bakr? He said, أخرجنا قومنا, my tribe, my people, they drove me out. So I have to leave because of the troubles they caused to them. He said, أَوَمِثْلُكَ يُخْرَجُ يَا أَبَا بَكْرٍ. Is such a man, such a noble man, such a great man. eh, could be, I mean, driven out of his state, of his country, or of his place, or of his land. Then he told him, you know what? I'm going to protect you. You will be under my protection. Called them ijara, ajarahu. And he went with him back to Mecca and he met with the leaders of Quraysh and he told them, now I'm protecting Abu Bakr radiallahu. So they said, okay, we accept your protection. And that was one of the laws, the customs that Quraysh and Arab they used, which was great. If somebody was oppressed by somebody, another great and strong man or strong tribe will come and protect him. So they accepted his protection. So with a condition, so he can pray in his house, he can recite the Quran in his house as much as he can. But he shouldn't bother us by reciting the Quran or calling our people to his new religion. So Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he recited the Quran and he prayed in his house, but he wasn't feeling that better. So one day he said, it's not good to stay at home. I should get out. He got out just near by his house, basically in his front yard, and he built like small musalla, small masjid. It's not a big masjid, but small place just to hide himself from, maybe from the sun, from the heat. And he started praying there and reciting. Aisha radiallahu anha said, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he has a really, really, really soft voice when he recited the Quran. He all the time cried when he recited the Quran. So when he started reciting the Quran just there in front of his house, the many people of Quraysh, the kids, the families, the ladies, youth, they just come and surround him and listen to him as a group, as a big number. So when the Quraysh leaders, they found that, they said, that's not good for us. That's not a good sign. So they called back Ibn al-Daghina and they said, Ibn al-Daghina, this is not what we agreed on between us and you to protect Abu Bakr. He's supposed to be inside the house, not outside to affect our community members with his Quran. That's what they thought. Then Abu Daghina, he said, you know what, Abu Bakr, I agreed with you with that conditions to stay home in quarantine in the house. Don't get out with the Quran. Don't get out and recite louder so people they may hear you. He told him, you should stay home. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhum, then when he found that, he said, you know what? I don't want your protection. My Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protection is better than you. And he just dropped his protection, and he went out and he recited the Quran in front of everybody. Anyway, so this how the Quran affected the people. You know, one of the big leaders, when he came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Walid, and he asked him, and he offered him different things to give him, either to give him money, to give him wealth, to give him position, to find for him the best wife to marry, but to stop what he's doing. Then the Prophet ﷺ talked to him and listened to all of his nonsense speeches. After he finished, told him, have you done, Ya Abu Walid? He said, yes. And he told him, if you are done, listen to me. And he started reciting to him from the Quran. And when he recited to him, the man, he was really shocked. What he heard from the Prophet ﷺ really affected him emotionally, physically. And when he left from the Prophet meeting to the Quraysh, they said, Wallahi laqad aada Abu al-Walid bighayri al-wajh alladhi dhahaba bihi. It means the Quran, power, energy of the Quran, the power influence really changed the face of the person, really change the emotions of the person, really change how he looks like. They said he came back with a different face that he went first time. Then he told them, in the Quran, inna lahu halawa. The Quran has its sweetness. Wa inna alayhi la. It's so beautiful from the outside. Wa inna a'lahu la mughdiq. The highest branch of the Quran are full of fruits. وَإِنَّ أَعْلَاهُ لَمُثْمِرٌ أو مُغْدِقٌ. So he mentioned that the beauty of the Quran, how affected him, how influenced him positively. That's the Quran. It's the month of the Quran, the month of reflection. So read as much as you can with understanding, with reflection. Reflection and understanding, tadabbur with ta'aqqul, is the main purposes of reciting the Quran. A person may get new meaning. Everybody has his own opening. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will open for you something amazing, something wonderful. You may get it by yourself if you pay attention, recite sincerely, with understanding and with focus and تأمل. أسأل الله تعالى أن يوفقنا لحسن استثمار الشهر. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to invest the best in our month, in the month of Ramadan, the month of Quran, the month of istighfar, the month of prayer, the month of giving. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.